Thanks for tuning in to OPM Live, which is an extension of Ordinary People magazine. I am so glad you guys took out a small portion of your day to spend with us. And today we have an awesome guest and we're going to have a great show. But before we get to that part, let's thank our sponsors. VMarshall Enterprise, Southern Eagle Music Group, It's a Raised Vision, and Gemstones and Trinkets. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with our guest today is Maria Couch, and we want to see what she has going on in the Atlanta area. So here we go. How are you today, Maria?
I am wonderful, Verna. How are you?
I'm doing great. I am not sure what is going on here, but something seems to be going on with, there we go. Something seems to be going on with my overlay today. Okay, so we're not going to worry about that. We know who we are. So tell us a little bit yourself and what is it you have going on in the Atlanta area.
Yes, well, I run the North Atlanta Kids Directory. We're a little directory that's been around for over 20 years, actually. I just took it over in July of 2018. And we have been distributing the magazine all throughout the North Georgia area all this time. And we have actually kind of converted ourselves during this crazy time that has happened with everyone with regard to coronavirus. And I do what you're doing with me right now. I'm doing lots and lots of live streams with folks and doing events, which obviously is something that we had kind of transitioned into before all this started. But we are actually going to be doing a kids fair this on August the 29th over at the collection here in Cumming. And we have a great day planned where we're going to be very spread out inside and outside the Earth Fair building. And we're going to have a great day.
Is that something that you all do every year, or is it your first one?
Through the years, various owners have done various types of fairs, and but this is the first time that we're doing it with under my ownership.
Okay. And so, what type of games and what exactly is going to be going on at the event?
Absolutely. So we do have games galore. I am working with Better Moonwalks of Georgia. Lots of folks around this area know Jill and Better Moonwalks of Georgia. We have lots of fun games. We're not doing any bounce houses, anything like that, nothing that kids are going to get inside of or anything like that. We're doing things like soccer darts, home run derby, putt-putt. We have just various games like that everyone will be able to wear disposable gloves and will be able to interact and play those games.
Now, will you have any informational booths there?
Yes, we're going to have over 50 vendors at the event, and we have a ton of wonderful school-related vendors that will be at this event that have fall programs, after-school programs, various daycares, and that include music, karate, gymnastics, all those types of businesses. And, obviously there's just so much uncertainty, but a lot of these vendors have just done a fabulous job of converting from solely in-person to doing some in-person plus a lot of online type of activities. So everybody is making best do with what they can with their businesses, and they're really coming around. But we will have lots of vendors. There's music inside and outside of the Earth Fair building and food.
Okay. Now, is this event totally live, or will it be live and virtual?
This will be an in-person, and then because I do so many live streams, I will actually be doing a lot of live streaming from the event as well. So people will be able to go to my Facebook page and see the live streams that are taking place, in addition to what we're doing there live.
Okay, so are there any speakers? Will there be any speakers at the event?
Right now, we're working on having some demos, of course, for that kids will be doing dance and various items. We actually had this planned in March of this year, and we had to cancel it at that time. And so right now, we're still working on that aspect of it to see who all is still going to go ahead and do the demos that include fashion show, ninja, dance, gymnastics, karate, music, like I said, piano. There was all kinds of things that were planned. So we're working on getting all of that put back into place. So, we went from, I think, everybody doing planning for 6 months to a year to everyone's going kind of a week to week and a couple of weeks at a time to see where we're all at. So, but we're working to have a good, safe event and try to bring some normalcy to a situation that's obviously very abnormal for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, let me ask, so most of your vendors, are there local vendors, or do you have some vendors, some guest vendors coming in?
No, everybody is local. It's all folks that people drive past every day throughout the community, that they'll be able to check out their fall offerings, like I said. And then, of course, we have some other folks that are joining us from around the business community, including a lawyer and some pediatricians, dentists, and things like that. So it's quite a variety. We'll also be having a pet adoption event up front. When you first walk in, we're going to have some dogs and cats right up front that are available for adoption. And also, outside we'll have the Life South. Life South will have their bus there. They're doing blood donations as well as the COVID-19 antibody testing. So again, if you go to my Facebook page, you can click on the link to make an appointment, because you do have to have an appointment in order to go ahead and give blood that day and to get that antibody testing.
Wow. So you mentioned dentists. Will they be on-site service?
No, nobody will be doing anything like that. I mean, before we had chair massages, we had a brow corner, we had all kinds of very touchy-feely things going on. We've unfortunately eliminated anything that's like that, so that it's more informational. Plus, we have the games and the food. Carrabba's it just came on board last evening. They'll be providing food. We've got liquid libations. They're providing slushies and drinks. So it's kind of flowing right now as far as people coming on board and saying, okay, we're going to go ahead and commit now that we've got this going on over at the Earth Fair building. So
is there a certain number of attendees you're looking for, or is there a cutoff once you have met that particular number?
We don't want to have, obviously, an overflow crowd of people there, certainly. And one thing that we're doing in order to try to help the flow is that we're going to have some sensory pathways. So there's going to be, I don't know if you've seen just in various schools, and even people are doing these on sidewalks and things like that, where there's a sensory pathway that the kids go in and they interact with the stuff that they see on the ground. They do a little hopscotch. They, put their hands up. They just do various things. And so in order to try and control the flow through the event, because the Earth Fair building is it's huge, and we're going to have booths, the pipe and drape booths set up plus tables. And so we're going to create a flow from the entrance with these sensory pathways going through the event and then coming back out on the other end, so that we'll just be promoting good practices with this pandemic through that.
Okay, sound quite interesting. Sound quite interesting. Now, how long did it take you to put all of this together? You got you got all the logistics together. I like the sensor pass. How I guess with that being said, your sensor pass, you have kids going in different directions so they don't create like a crowd, perhaps.
Sure, we're working out all the details on that because, originally we were going to be over at the conference center. And so we had everything planned out at the conference center. We actually started planning this last September. So this is the event that just keeps going and going and going. So we started this back in September of last year. We had everything set up over at the conference center for the 14th of March, and then we had to cancel that 2 days before. And the national emergency was called on the 12th, and so we went ahead and canceled that. But in any case, yeah, we've been working on it for months and months. We've had a ton of people come in and be a part of it. And then with all of this that's happening, just kind of putting a freeze and saying, okay, what can we do? What can't we do? We actually had over at the collection on July 11th, we had a family fun day where we spread out. We had canopies and that were spread out all over the parking lot there at the collection. And we had a good turnout, and the vendors were just really, really, really happy with that event. So the collection has said, okay, let's go ahead and give this another swing over here at the Earth Fair building and see what we can do. So again, we're spread out inside and outside to just try and create as safe of an event as possible.
Sound like you're going to have a great event. Now, you've mentioned at the beginning, you mentioned a kid directory. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So this is the North Atlantic Kids Directory, like I said, and we've been serving the coming Alpharetta, Johns Creek, and a little bit of Swanee area for many years now. And of course, this is a wonderful resource for folks to find out about events that are going on, as well as products and services that are available for their families. And we are making a lot of adjustments, like I said, because of the COVID-19, and are working towards making as much of it virtual as possible. Because previously, you could find us in every doctor's and dentist's office all over the area. They've always been in those doctors and dentist offices for, like I said, over 20 years now. But with the new COVID-19 CDC policies, they're not wanting to have printed materials in the doctor's offices. So we are pulling back from that, limiting our print distribution, and going online and virtual. So that's our next step, is to just be promoting this as much as possible online now. So
how do one get into the kids directory?
What was that again? I'm sorry, you froze up there.
How do you get into the directory? How can someone put their information into the directory?
The advertising, sure. Well, of course, they can just reach out to me. Of course, I'm the owner of the directory, and I can work with you to put together an advertisement to promote your products and services. And then also, of course, of any types of events and things like that, we always like to just let people know in an event area in the magazine about things that are going on. And then, of course, our Facebook page is very, very, very active. I constantly promote activities and our clients there.
Is the magazine name is the same?
It's the North Atlantic Kids Directory.
Oh, okay. And so everything about this directory is geared toward families and with children?
Exactly. It's the North Atlantic Kids Directory is everything for parents and families. And we work to just be a good resource for that. And then also we have really branched out, especially since the pandemic has started, with nonprofits in working to promote information about them and to let folks know what types of things people are needing that run these nonprofits. So, for instance, in our Family Fun Day and at this Kids Fair that we're going to be having, we have nonprofits there and folks can bring donations. So we're going to start posting those, and we received a ton of donations at our Family Fun Day for the nonprofits that were there, and people could just drive up, drop off their donation and drive on if they wanted, or drive up and mill around, check out the vendors and go on. So that's something that we have really turned towards during this time. If you check out my Facebook page, you'll see a ton of live streams of interviews exactly like this one, except where I'm sitting where you are and letting folks know about the incredible nonprofits that we have in this area that are helping in so many different ways. We were part of a very big event in July, which was the Christmas in July. We sponsored with the Kiwanis Club the Christmas in July donation drive, where we were collecting needs for several nonprofits that they often receive so many donations during the holidays, and then during the summer things dry up, and then especially this year it's been very, very, very difficult on them. So I worked with them to do the Christmas in July, and we received hundreds and hundreds of donations that benefited the Baldridge Lodge, which is the boys' home in this area for foster, Jesse's House, which is the girls' home, also foster, and then CASA, which is the court-appointed special advocates that work in the foster system, and then the place at Forsyth, which is, of course, a nonprofit that's been around for 45 years and helping families in need. So our directory has really moved into that area as far as working with nonprofits, and that's something that's I'm very, very, very passionate about, is using the magazine to help in the community and promoting these nonprofits that are, you find out how they've been running things with volunteers and no pay, and just doing it because they love the community, and you just want to do everything you can to help. So we just love getting involved with that, and that's part of this Kids Fair, is promoting the nonprofits that will be there, and requesting that people bring donations for those nonprofits.
That pretty much sounds a little bit like what Ordinary People magazine does as well.
Oh,
We
nice.
spotlight nonprofit organizations in our publication, and
Yeah.
doing our servant award is always our desire to honor them with an award, a community award, with what they do in the community, because we do understand that most times small nonprofit organizations, they operate on a shoestring budget,
Completely.
and most of it is from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily looking for any grandiose pat on the back. They just do it because it's the thing to do, is to give back. And that's one of our biggest thing that we do, just like
Yes.
you, is showcasing this small nonprofit organization. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes,
So
exactly.
this is going to be an awesome event that you will have. You say August the 29th?
Yes, it's August the 29th, and it's over at the Collection, which is formerly the Avenues of Forsyth. Some people still call it the Avenues, but it's called the Collection. It's right there off of exit 13 off of Georgia 400. So it's right there, right when you get off of that exit. And the Earth Fair building, unfortunately, closed, and we are using that building. They've been getting that ready for the past week or so now for my event. They left, unfortunately, I believe in March. So we're taking it over, and we're really looking forward to an awesome event. And again, just really looking to see how we can create an event that is going to be safe. It's not a lot unlike, folks going into the grocery store and, Walmart and whatnot. There's, tons of people going in and out of these businesses. And so we're, promoting the same idea. You can come on in, wear your masks, wear the gloves for playing the games, and interact and have a good time, and then go out the exit, come in the entrance, go out the exit, and just follow some basic rules so that we can all keep safe.
Well, this is a free event, correct?
It sure is.
Great. A community event. I love those.
Yes. Hopefully the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office will be there. Previously, we had the K9s and SWAT team mobile that was going to be at the event, and we're working hopefully to have them again. And again, it's just everything is so touch and go right now. So We're just trying to roll with the flow and say, okay, here's what we've got going on. Please come on out, support these local businesses. Unfortunately, some of our local businesses that were with us for the first fair, they won't be there, unfortunately, because they've had to close their doors. And so it's just heartbreaking. And that's, again, one of the reasons I want to make this event happen is so that these businesses who just really desperately need to continue on, have a venue to let people know about what they're doing, but trying to balance that with being safe. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, Maria, it's definitely was a pleasure speaking with you and learning more about what it is that you have going on in the Atlanta area and about the Atlanta Kid Directorate. Is that the correct name?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. I know your event is going to be a wonderful and awesome event. So is there any parting words that you would like to share with our audience? Anything that you think you may have left out that you would like to share at this time?
Well, I just hope that everyone is safe, that this time has been difficult in so many ways, but maybe eye-opening in some ways. And I hope that anything that we've all learned from all of this, maybe we can continue on in our lives. It's been humbling and stressful, but there's always a silver lining to everything. There really, really is. And I just hope that all of our viewers here are well, and that they can move forward, having hopefully maybe picked up some good habits from all of this that's happened, to take forward, and that we don't lose some of that has happened, since all of this started, that they can, continue to incorporate some of the good things that have happened too during this time.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So Maria, we thank you for being our guest today. And we're so proud of you for everything that you're doing in your area, serving your community. So
thank you so much, Berna. It was such a pleasure to join you here today.
Thank you. And so we are so happy for you. And thank you, Maria, for being our guest.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So we thank Maria for everything that she's doing in her community and everything that she has going on. I know her event is going to be an awesome, awesome event. And so with that, as we are still reading from our Jesus is Calling, And I'm getting to my page. Okay, it's August the 15th. So we're still reading from Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Happiness, in His Presence. And of course, it's by Sarah Young. And it reads, I am the God of all time and all that is. Seek me not only in morning quietness, but consistently throughout the day. Do not let unexpected problems distract you from my presence. Instead, talk with me about everything and watch confidently to see what I will do. Adversity need not interrupt your communion with me. When things go wrong, you tend to react as if you're being punished. Instead of this negative response, try to view difficulties as blessings in disguise. Make me your refuge by pouring out your heart to me, trusting in me at all times. I like that. I think I'm going to read that second paragraph. Adversity need not interrupt your communion with me. When things go wrong, you tend to react as if you're being punished. Instead of this negative response, try to view difficult blessings as as in disguise. Make me your refuge by pouring out your heart to me, trusting in me at all times. And the scriptures are Psalms 55 and 17, Psalms 32 and 6, and Psalm 62 and 8. And again, thank you for tuning in to OPM Live, which is an extension of Ordinary People magazine. And as I always say, love, peace, and increase. And until next time, have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.